When last we left our heroes...
The hands plan on arresting us. You guys begin taking the road south on the Ley Road.
This was not part of the plan.
You're certain you saw a blue sash?
I wasn't sure at first. They were looking for some people, but then they described us exactly.
It is wanted posters that show the face of what looks to be a crude sketching of Sarah.
We should get out of here before they notice us.
It looks like a very large fire of some kind is happening in High Barrow right now.
Oh.
No.
You get closer and you see that there is there's commotion going on. You do hear some people screaming. You hear a lot of, get more buckets of water, get more buckets.
Are we seeing where it originates, like the center point of it?
Roll me perception.
23.
Oh gosh, yes, indeed.
22.
Oh God, okay.
12.
Wake up. There's a fire.
Yeah, you're still rubbing some sleep from your eyes.
Rubbing some trance goo out of my eyes.
Trance from your eyes, excuse me.
Goo.
Trans crust.
Freaking weird trance.
I got all that trance crust in my eye.
That sounds so gross.
He hasn't gotten enough trans cycle sleep. Yeah, the two of you are picking up a lot right now. You see livestock running in these fields, pretty much away from the flames. You see a lot of people trying to run to like gather their belongings or get their tents, encampments, and everything broken down and away from the flames. You see 3 large buildings on fire, one of which looks to be like a stable. You hear a lot of commotion. You hear panicked animal cries. You see a lot of like hay burning. There's a lot going on right now.
I look around to see if there's any meat I could roast on a stick.
Is there anything like visible that we can see that we could do anything to assist? Like even if it's like grab a bucket, help bring some water, anything?
So Sarah pulls off the cart to the side where you see that there is a couple of different lean-tos and other encampments that have been set up on this side. She hops off and she takes the lead from the donkey and ties him up to it, throws her cloak off, and immediately starts pouring water on it and says, "We have to help where we can. Just try to go get some of the animals out of the stables. Get them out of there."
Yeah, I'll run over and start doing that, start opening some of the...
She's running towards, and you see there's people everywhere doing stuff. Like, people are, like, trying to, like... You see, like, one guy who's got, like, an armful. Like, both arms are just full of, like, chickens that he's, like, trying to, like, get away from the flames. And there's a couple of people who are, like, getting their family's tent belongings like away from the fire as quickly as possible. One guy's trying to break down his tent very, very quickly before the flames get over towards him.
Can I go into these buildings and find any people who need help?
So you do have fire resistance, which means any fire damage is actually halved. So you would probably be the best candidate to run into a burning building. But yeah, you see that one of the 3 buildings, one is a stable, one is a granary, and one is just a longhouse that's for families and stuff to like sleep in.
Y'all, hold my purse.
Hold my beer.
Hold my beer. I'm gonna go to see if
I'll hold the beer.
I'm gonna go see if there's any family still in these quarters.
You're gonna go to the longhouse?
Yeah.
Okay. So Sarah runs off towards the granary with her wet cloak over her shoulders, and you see Avadore booking it over to the longhouse as fast as she can, taking her cloak off.
I look around to see if anybody's like watching us with any kind of intent, or anyone looking suspicious.
Roll me a perception, Sheppard.
That's 11.
No one's really paying attention to you, not that you notice anyways.
Okay.
Which one did you say you were going to go to?
Yeah, I'm just opening up like animal.
You're going to the stables. Great. Okay.
Cages, like slapping horses on the butt, telling them to get out of there.
Okay, so let's do this. Since we're now in a spot where there's going to be a lot of action taking place, let's go ahead and roll ourselves an initiative.
21.
5.
18.
Sheppard, you are first in initiative order.
What all is going on around me that like I would...
At the moment, what you currently see is you see Avadore running towards the longhouse that's on fire. She's made it clear that she's going there to try to see if there's any people still inside. Jek is running towards the stables under the direction of Sarah to try to get the animals out of there. And then Sarah was heading towards the granary.
Let me look around and see if I can tell if there's anybody in immediate panic for some reason, so I can see if there's like something specific going on that someone needs help with.
Okay, go ahead and roll me your perception.
10.
So you do see that there is a lot of commotion, but something that does stand out for you is that there is a gentleman who is trying to pull his horse by the reins. The horse is hitched up to a cart, but the cart seems to be stuck in some muck.
All right, so I'm going to run over to try to give him a hand.
He sees you running over to help. The cart's stuck! I can't get her to move!
Yeah, let's try pushing it, maybe.
Sarah's up next. You're all too busy to see kind of what she's doing, so Sarah does her turn. We would go to Jek. Jek, you are approaching the stables, and boy howdy, is it hot right now.
I'm just going to be opening as many as I can, as fast as I can, and making sure animals are headed out the door, the right direction.
So you're standing right now currently just outside the stables. You see that a lot of the immediate gates in front of you are already open, so those horses have like ran out. You can't go through the main door because it's on fire, so you think you're going to have to move your way in through the back little channels of the stable.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll me. You can either do just a straight dexterity check, or if you have acrobatics, you can try to like nimbly move your way through this without catching yourself aflame.
Yeah, I have acrobatics. 14.
You see that there is a one of those sort of chest-high doors where like horses can poke their heads through to eat. You run and do a neat little nimble leap through that, and now you're inside the stable. You are immediately feeling the intense heat around you and a lot of smoke rising up into your face. So go ahead and right now roll me a Constitution saving throw.
It's 12.
Okay, you're okay for right now. You're not like you're giving a couple of coughs, but you're not like choking on it yet. So you are now inside the stables.
Okay.
And after Jek, Avadore, you have run over. You are now just outside of the longhouse. The door is straight up on fire.
What am I gonna do?
I was wondering if this one, so Devan, this one called Misty Step, it surrounds you in a silvery mist. I don't know if that's like watery or anything. I was looking for a water thing, but I don't think she has anything else.
Oh, God. Yeah, Misty Step's not bad, actually. Briefly surrounded by silvery mist, you teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space that you can see.
Oh, okay.
But I can't see through there because the door is ablazed.
There are windows on the side.
Okay.
If you would like, you can run to the side to a window, appear inside, and try to
jump on in.
Misty Step inside if you'd like.
Sure.
That'll teleport you in.
Yeah. All right, let's do that.
Okay. Avadore, seeing that the doorway is completely encased in fire, you run to the side, looking at one of the windows, and you do see that there is an empty bedroom, and you wave your hands and mutter your incantation, and then bam, find yourself teleported into the longhouse. Again, immediate heat. You actually don't really care.
Right.
Your tiefling heritage, you're just kind of like, eh.
All right. It's just like home.
It's just
like
home.
her in real life, actually.
Yeah. I can handle this.
You can handle it. All right.
So now I'm in there. I could start looking down the halls and the room and call out for people.
You're in a closed room right now, so you'll have to go into the main room or to the main hall.
I'm gonna kick that door down. So 8.
You kick the door and you hear it creak, but it's not budging just yet.
Okay.
We then move to the top of the round. Sheppard.
All right, I'm gonna try to help push this guy's stupid cart out of the mud.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a strength check.
That would be a nat 20.
Holy crap!
Wow.
Okay, yeah. He starts holding the horse's reins, and he starts pulling. He says, come on, girl, you can do it. And you hunker up behind it, kneeling down, putting the back part of the wagon against your chest, and you just dig your feet in and start lifting as hard as you can. And
that's my noise.
with a plum, you lift that cart up out of the muck. You hear like the mushy ground beneath it, like that suction sound that mud gives. It's given that like as you're lifting it out, and the wheels start rolling forward, and you free the cart with ease from the muck.
I farted like a tiny bit, like not loud enough anyone would have heard it.
Only a little bit.
Like it was just a
Only
little
a little
squeak
bit.
one. But old man, what started this fire?
He moves to the side of the cart with you, and he's like, "We have no idea. People were enjoying their campfires, and all of a sudden," as he says this, a crossbow bolt goes through his neck.
You didn't finish the story. Avadore, Jek, not good, not good. I'm gonna just get my rapier ready, and I there's really nothing else for me to do. Maybe I can just run in the direction of wherever. I'm gonna run.
The bolt was fired from?
Yeah. I'm gonna go that direction.
Roll me your perception.
16.
From where the bolt was fired, you start looking around to see if you can see where this came from, and you do see that there is a guy standing off from the road, and sort of where some underbrush is, where a small trench is at, and you see him standing with a pretty large crossbow in hand, and he starts pulling the strings back again to cock it.
I start running at him, and I'm like, all right, you bastard.
All right, making your way towards him. He is 60 feet away. Next up is Sarah. Sarah does something off camera. Jek, you are inside the stables.
Okay, I just got in there. So, do I see any animals that are still trapped?
Yeah, you see one pen where there's a whole bunch of pigs, and they are squealing their little heads off. Yeah, they're squealing so bad, you can just tell that there's huge panic set in. There's a couple other pens with like some chickens. You see another 4 or 5 stalls with horses, and the main stable's door is barred closed.
Let me just start freeing as many as I can. Go to the pigs first and work my way around.
You open up the pig's pen, and they all start funneling out, but they just kind of start just circling the area. They don't really have anywhere else to go right now.
Do I see like the bar closing the main gate?
Yeah.
Right now?
Oh
Okay.
yeah. It's on fire, but it's not to the point where like all of it's completely engulfed. It's just going to be very, very uncomfortable for you to go try to open it.
I got to do it. So at least let me try.
All right. You start making your way over there. You'll get there your next turn.
Okay.
Avadore, you're up next.
But when I kick the door, it's not wide open, right? It's just, okay. So I'm going to try and kick it again.
Okay, one more time with that strength check.
9.
Not enough. You hear the door starting to give, but it is still very much closed still. Sheppard.
Hi.
Dude in the bushes.
Yeah.
Eyeballing you now. Sees you're coming after him, and is going to aim his heavy crossbow at your face.
Uh-oh.
He fires the crossbow, and you feel that wind whip past you, but it goes past you, and you hear him curse under his breath, and he starts to try to reload.
I point a finger at him, and I'm like muttering all the things I'm gonna do to him when I catch up with him, and not knowing I do it because I didn't know I could. I cast Eldritch Blast.
All right, that requires an attack roll to hit.
18.
Yeah, you hit him.
So 9 total.
You hit him square in the gut, and you see him double over in pain. He is barely alive right now.
And I look at my finger and I go, What the fuck was that? That's new.
Yeah, you, with your outreached hand, you are muttering a curse under your breath, and yet somehow from that curse, the energy swirls through your arm and out to your fingertips, and it explodes outward, cascading into his body.
Didn't know I could do that. In fact, I don't even remember doing the motion with my hand, but I'll accept it.
Jek!
All right, I'm at that door now.
All right, you move back towards the farmhouse door, or the stable's door, and you see the large bar, realizing you need to lift it in order to get all the animals out. Go ahead and make me a Constitution saving throw first.
Nat 20.
Oh, God, yeah, you're just like, oh,
Nice.
fuck all this smoke.
Yeah. Let me try to lift that bar. I mean, does it look really heavy? Is there a way I could, like...
You're just going to have to roll to lift it.
Okay. 13.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, you basically put it like on your on your shoulders as if you're about to try to like squat it up, and you lift it just high enough to get over the brakes and let it drop to the floor.
And just swing that door
And
open.
you swing that door open. Those pigs go crazy out of there, squealing all the way out. That's your turn. We go to Avadore.
Now I'm trying to figure out the best way to get this door down. Either I use my club or I shapeshift
Oh, Jesus. Into what?
into a donkey, because I can shapeshift to a beast that I've seen.
Oh, wow. And just kick it down.
Oh, you can donkey kick the door.
Yeah, and I could stay in that shapeshift as a bonus action.
Do that.
That's
So I think I'm
kind
gonna-
of cool.
All
I
right.
love this idea. Do that.
I like the idea of you just trying to kick it a couple times. You're like, I know it can kick stuff.
A
Donkeys.
fucking donkey.
Motherfucking donkeys.
All right, so I'm going to do a wild shape.
All right, you frustrated, you look at the door like, you know what, to
Fuck
hell with
this
this.
shit.
You start muttering your incantation, and you start like lowering down. Your hands go to the ground and become hooves. Your clothing melds into you, and you become a straight up mule. So you are
I
now
just
a
started
mule.
thinking of the Pinocchio when all the kids turn into fucking donkeys.
Yeah.
Question.
All right.
Can I see Avadore from wherever I am in the
No.
city?
No.
Okay. Damn
Yeah,
it.
she's definitely
All right.
in the longhouse by herself.
Okay.
So, I have the stats for Mule here in front of me.
Sweet. What's my strength?
Well, you pretty damn good. So you can now roll your d20 and add 2 to hit. Well, it doesn't. That you hit automatically. I'm so sorry. Your damage is now a d4 plus 2.
6.
You splinter that frickin' door.
Yeah.
Is there anyone in here?
Are you not entertained?
but all anyone hears is oh.
Right.
The door gets splintered open, and you hear it immediately. People are like, "Oh my god!"
Killer donkey.
Well, now
I
I
love
gotta
it.
be like, Lassie. It's like, come with me, follow
What is it,
me.
girl?
You start
What is it,
stomping
Doug?
one of your
Yeah.
hooves.
What is it, Doug?
Yeah, because I can stay in this shape for 1 hour, y'all.
Oh my
Wow.
lord!
You're going to save a lot of
Nice.
people as a donkey.
Oh,
Oh,
you do
yeah.
need to let me know. You get to choose whether your equipment falls to the ground in your space or if it merges into your new form.
Just gotta wear it.
That's awesome.
That'd be so cool.
Fucking
Okay,
armored
cool.
up donkey. I love
Yeah.
it.
Your donkey with the
An
hood on
armor,
and stuff.
yeah.
The donkey wearing a hoodie. I love it.
Avadore, you kick the shit out of that door, and it's now open, and there's frightened people inside, but they're for some reason
Yeah.
very more surprised to see a mule that just kicked open a door.
I love
Top of the round, we go to the bandit, who is severely hurt. He is going to, as a free action, drop his crossbow. He's going to draw a short sword and a horn, and he's going to blow into that horn.
I grab my horn and take a swig, and then just to match him. Okay, so I'm gonna run up to him and within that 30 feet, and then I'm gonna attack him with my rapier.
All right, go ahead and roll that attack.
Natural 20.
Oh shit! Don't worry, he's dead.
Okay, yeah.
You have the same spot where he got hit by the Eldritch Blast. You grab his shoulder and run the sword through the very same spot and drop him to the ground.
I say something clever. I just don't think of it right now, but I say it. Something clever. There it is.
Jack, you're up.
What other animals need help in here?
You still see.
got the pigs out.
You
Oh,
got the
door's
pigs.
open.
The door's open, so now all the animals can get out. You still have the chickens and the 5 horses.
All right, let me go chickens first and horses. So it's one action per...
It's going to be your move action to get there to the chickens, and then the action to open up the gates.
Do that.
Okay.
Do I need to roll a Constitution check every time?
Yes.
Okay.
Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that's not good. Crit, fail.
Oh, no.
The fire has gotten the best of me.
Well, now you're going to be starting to show signs of...
rotisserie chicken.
Yes, you're showing signs of rotisserie chicken.
I love chicken.
I come out with a bucket of KFC.
Sorry, y'all. Didn't get there on time.
Yeah, sorry,
I just
chickens
had a
didn't make
bucket
it.
of KFC the other day. It was
That's it.
fantastic. I got the hot chicken that they got, the Nashville hot chicken.
Is KFC even still technically food?
Is it
Some of it.
Right.
20%
Now
chicken?
used with real chicken.
Yeah. Now 20% more chicken.
If you get like the fried chicken, yeah, it's actual chicken. If you get those strips, I don't think that's
the
real
tenders
food.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that shit's real.
Well, you're stunned for right now because you're caught in a hacking cough.
Yeah.
You ran towards the chickens. You weren't able to do anything because as you got there and put your hands on the gate, you're immediately just like caught off guard because you're like trying to literally hack up your frickin' lung because you're inhaling a shitload of smoke right now.
Wonderful.
Avadore, you're up.
Can you describe the inside of what I'm seeing?
So you're now inside the longhouse, the proper common room.
Okay.
It is, as I mentioned, it is a longhouse, so it's a very lengthy room. There's a couple of families who are huddled together. You see two men who are trying to, with blankets, put out a fire on one of the doorways at the back, but they're to no avail. They're trying to like essentially put it out so that they can get the rest of the families out of there, but they're all trapped inside. Everyone's coughing and like suffering from some smoke inhalation. It's looking rough in there.
Is that the only entrance, or is that the one with the least flames?
That's the one with the least flames. The
Okay.
main door, you remembered,
Right.
was covered in flames.
Okay. So then my first action is to run over there. Then my second action is to kick that door down using my powerful mule.
With your now powerful mule-like legs, go ahead and roll me your damage, which is the D4 plus 2.
6 again.
6 again.
You splinter another door.
Yeah.
Save.
The men who are by the door are like backing up, like, what the hell? And as soon as the door kicks open, they're kind of like shocked, but they're like,
Okay.
okay, everybody out, go, move.
There's gonna be this like parade for Doug after
Donkey.
the fact.
I know Doug gets all the praise and shit. It's like that.
It's just still sitting
He
this
didn't do
big
shit.
thing, like hay in his mouth, just
For he's a jolly good donkey.
for he's a jolly good donkey.
It's true.
You're over there with your arms crossed, like, man, I wish I got a parade.
This is some horse shit.
Literally.
The donkey shit.
This is some donkey shit. Okay, so Sheppard, as he fell to the ground and died, you now see his friends starting to immerse from out of the tree line on the north side of the city, and they start running and ransacking.
How many are there?
You think you're just eyeballing right now in such an intense situation. You're guessing probably 25 of them.
Okay. That's
And
good.
you got 2 of them heading towards you.
All right.
One's gonna run at you with his scimitar, and the other one's gonna take a shot at you with his crossbow.
Okay, let's do this. Let's do this dance.
The guy running at you won't make it to you in time, but you do see him now. The guy with the
Like
crossbow, he's taking his shot. So sorry, max damage, 11 points of damage.
Ouch.
Yeah, he lands a crossbow. It hits right in your hip joint.
Ah, you dick. So I look at the guy that shot me with the crossbow, and I'm like, all right, let's try this again. And I point at him, and I say, you're an asshole, and I cast Eldritch Blast.
Nice incantation. I like it.
You're an asshole.
It's a good power word. You're an asshole.
That'll be 21.
Oh, definitely a hit.
That's gonna be 9.
Same as last time, you hit the guy like square in the chest, and he almost drops his crossbow, but he drops to a knee, severely injured, but not dead. With your hand outstretched as you say the incantation again, like you're looking at your hand like, something about this Feels very, very right.
I giggle.
Sarah does something off camera.
Jesus. I
Jek,
hope she's
you're up.
getting us food.
Okay.
Cut to her in line at KFC.
Right. Waiting impatiently, like looking
hope
at
it's
her
not the
wrist where there's
Maybe
no
she's
watch.
waiting. She got her number. She's like
Waiting on the number to be
18,
called.
That's not me.
That's not
Yeah. I hope it's not strips. I hope it's the real stuff.
Okay, so I'm recovering myself. I'm guessing. I don't know what that takes.
You just need to roll another Constitution saving throw.
Oh, 13.
Okay, you're good.
Okay, then free those chickens. I'm already over there, I guess, from the run.
Yeah, you open the gate. The chickens start running out like just as fast as they can,
Okay,
and then
use my move action to get over to the horses. I know
yes.
I can't open it
Yeah,
yet. But,
you can
okay.
move over to the horses. Go ahead and roll me another Constitution saving throw.
10.
Okay, you're okay.
Okay.
Avadore.
All right, all my people are free.
Yes, everybody starts running out.
I freed my people.
Okay, can I go help him, or like I can speak with the horses in my donkey voice?
As you like march out of the longhouse, roll me a perception.
21.
Oh, geez. Yeah, you see the people who ran out are all panicked and running around. However, you do see one mother stop and go, Sasha! Sasha's still inside!
Your
Then-
donkey senses are tingling.
Yeah.
Ew,
just-
that just sounds
Yeehaw! All right, I go back in and search for Miss Sasha.
Okay, you run inside. Please make me a perception check.
Not good. 6.
It's too much smoke obscuring your vision right now. You can't really see, so you'll have to wait till next turn to hopefully find her.
So even though I can see through the dark, the smoke is kind of like different from
Oh
that.
yeah, the smoke is actually obscuring. The darkness would be just a lack of light is different than smoke, something obscuring your vision.
Okay.
Shepherd, crossbow guy is going to shoot at you, and scimitar guy is going to make it to you and stab you.
Thanks, everyone.
Crossbow guy only got an 11,
Nope.
and scimitar guy got an 18,
Yep, that hits.
dealing a whopping 2 damage. He gives you a quick slash. You manage to step back quickly enough, and it only grazes across your shoulder
And I wink at him.
while in somewhat pain.
Yeah. I'm like, okay. Wink. For some reason, instinctively, run my hand over my own rapier, and using that bonusy action, I make it my my hexblade weapon thing.
Shepherd, you hold your blade in hand, and for whatever reason, you're not sure why you're doing this, but it feels natural. You start running your hand just over the blade, not quite touching it. But as you do that, you see these strange runic, almost arcane symbols etching themselves across the blade, and you feel more comfortable holding this blade as if it's now connected to your very soul.
Oh, that feels good. All right, and I'm gonna hit him with it. 16.
Hit.
3 plus 5, 8.
He is severely hurt as you run him through over his left side and his chest, and he looks like he is barely hanging on after that, but he is still technically alive.
And I say, Avadore, Jek, Sarah, even any time would be great.
Okay, after Shepherd, we go to Sarah, who... Do y'all want to take a guess what she does?
Something off screen?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
that's it.
off screen.
Yeah,
Yay.
something off camera.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Jek, you're up.
Okay. Let me try to free those horses.
Okay, you are able to open 2 stables. You'll have to move to get to the last 2. Or there's 5 total, so you can open 2 at once because they're kind of close together, and then you can move to the next one.
Okay.
All right.
Open it and move.
You open it up. The horses immediately run past you towards the open door. Now, please roll me your Constitution saving throw.
9.
You are feeling the effects of the smoke. You will be stunned next round.
Dang it. Okay.
You hear the sound of what it sounds like a crossbow bolt flying past you.
Uh,
And you see a figure with a cloak draped over his face to cover up the smoke. But he sees you and he's got a crossbow leveled at you and he starts recocking it. Avadore.
I will roll another perception. See if I
Okay.
can find this girl.
Ooh.
20.
Oh, yes. Your mule wanders through the longhouse, and you finally look under one of the long benches, and you see this little tiny girl who is terrified. She's holding on to a doll and just like afraid to completely move.
Stick your donkey face in there.
I will kneel down next to the bed and just like kind of like Barco, just like put my head down on the floor, and then like with big eyes, just kind of look at her, just give her the okay that she can climb on me.
Go ahead and roll me a charisma.
21.
Dang.
For real?
Yeah.
It worked.
All right.
You're
yeah.
killing it today.
You kneel down, and for whatever reason, just the energy that you're putting out and the vibe from your mule, she looks at you with some trusting eyes, and she hears her mom calling to her, so she crawls out from under the bench and begins to crawl up your neck to get onto your back.
I mean, I am wearing human clothes anyways over my donkey.
Ah, yes, this dressed mule surely is trustworthy.
Let's get out of here, girl.
All right, and you gallop heroically in your mule form out of the longhouse.
Oh, Doug's gonna have a parade for sure.
Yeah.
Sheppard is getting shot at once and stabbed at once.
Yes, good.
The stab was a 13.
Nope,
The shot was a 16.
that hits.
5 more damage dealt. This crossbow hits you kind of not quite in your back, but definitely in your rib cage towards your back. Real painful like.
I'm definitely bleeding quite a bit. Just
Are you
FYI,
bloody
I am
at this
bloody.
point?
Oh
Okay.
yeah, I'm definitely bloody.
Every time.
All right, I'm gonna hit sword guy. 16.
Is a hit.
Okay, 7.
With this one, you, with a big swing from top to bottom, you slice across, hitting him in the neck, and he quickly drops to the floor, bleeding out, and you hear his muffled chokes as he tries to crawl, but no, he dies.
Cool. I'm gonna use action surge.
Ah, okay.
And then I'm just gonna like stare over at crossbow guy and just shake my head at him real quick, like you fucked up, buddy. And I am again gonna extend the hand and use Eldritch Blast.
He gets a panicked look in his eye as he's trying to quickly and fumbling over a crossbow bolt, trying to put it into its new notched reload, and you extend your hand almost with pointed fingers, and you roll a...
Nat 20!
Oh, Jesus. Okay, don't worry. Your minimum damage will kill him. You mutter the incantation, the energy flies from your hands, cascading through the night. It like illuminates the area around it, and as it hits him, it doesn't just like hit him like it did before. It like scorches his skin as if it's like scaled, charred skin from his chest up to his neck, just below his mouth. It's all charred and blackened and burning, and he falls to the ground lifeless.
Nat 20, bitch.
Is that his catchphrase?
that was the incantation. That he said.
Yes. Got it. You see the other bandits have made their way into the town and are basically doing stuff. You can't tell what, but Sarah is still indisposed. We move to Jek.
Okay, Constitution save to get out of that stun, I guess?
Yes.
Or, okay. Better, 16.
You're good.
Okay, open 2 more of those stables.
Okay. The stables get flung open and the horses run past. Homeboy reloads his crossbow and levels it at you again. And I roll a gentleman's 5.
Yes. No, it does not.
The horses running past him obscure his aim, and he's like, "Ah, damn it, gods!" And he shoots, but he shoots past them and past you as well.
Okay, well, for my movement, while he's like reloading or looking down or whatever, can I try to like obscure my like?
I will, if you roll high enough, I'll let you use like the smoke from the stuff to try to like get away into a hide.
Stealth check?
Yes.
Yeah, 23.
That is your turn. You'll find out if it's successful or not.
Fair enough.
Next is Avadore.
I would like to do a perception check to see where I am needed in my donkey form.
Looking around in mule form, you see the doors of the granary open. Actually, go ahead and roll me your perception check. Just roll that first.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay, so you start looking around. You see the, from where you're standing, you do see the stables, but
Okay.
you see animals running out of it.
Okay.
So that looks covered.
Okay.
You do see Sheppard at the tree line on the far end. You knew he was running towards that peasant who was trying to pull his cart out of the muck. That person is laying on the ground now, and Sheppard is standing at the tree line with his weapon drawn. You look over to the granary, and you see that the doors are open, and you hear the sounds of Sarah. What sounds like you just hear her muffled voice from inside.
What is closest to me?
I would probably say from where you're at with the longhouse, the granary is closer than Sheppard is.
So with seeing Sheppard and his his weapon drawn, do I also see that he's bleeding?
Yeah, he's visibly bloodied. Yeah, he's very visibly injured.
So
You see he's got 2 crossbow bolts hanging out of him, putting his one hand on his side like, oh, this fucking hurts.
Damn, man.
I would like to take my speed and run after Sheppard.
Okay. The mother pulls the girl off of you, and your speed in mule form is, I can't believe I'm having to look this up. Oh yeah, very fast, 40 feet per round, so you can, since you still have your full movement, you can dash doing double. So 80 feet, where are you headed to?
Towards Sheppard.
Sheppard, okay. Sheppard, you see a mule galloping towards you that's dressed in Avadore's clothing.
I start laughing, and I'm like, "Who dressed up Doug? That's that's bloody brilliant." I'd start drinking from the horn.
You gonna climb on me or what? What you gonna do?
I just assumed that you're Doug, so I hop on what I think
assume
is
you're
Doug.
Doug.
I hop on Doug.
With my clothes.
Okay.
I hop on clothed
drunk.
Doug's back, and I'm like, "Doug, help us find Avadore and Jek. Lead me."
And you can't speak to him or anything.
I
so you're
know.
just-
Nope. So his action, he's with me.
Yes, his action is now that he's moved up to you and he's now climbed on top of you.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
on top of.
So that's y'all's turn. That's
Yeah.
great.
Okay.
Sarah's still doing her thing. Jek, you're up.
Am I shrouded from his view? What's going on? Okay.
You're not sure.
All right. Well, what I want to try to do is, how far away was he, or how close was he?
He is about 40 feet away.
40 feet. Okay. I want to wander towards him, I guess, because he's going to be watching the stables now and looking for me. So if I can work my way around him and do, because
Sure.
I ultimately want to go for a sneak attack, but I know I'm too far right now.
You can try to stealth closer to him.
Yeah. Let me do that. 18.
Go ahead and roll me your Constitution saving throw.
6.
Uh-oh.
Fuck. It's Constitution.
You start coughing.
Lightly.
Does anyone have a lozenge?
I'm assuming that's going to mess up my stealth a little bit. Tad.
Well, it doesn't help that he rolled a natural 1 on his disadvantage, so he can't perceive for shit right now.
Maybe I'm coughing low enough to where you can't hear me.
Yeah. Avadore,
All right.
you now have Sheppard properly saddled upon your back, and where are you headed?
I'm heading towards where Sarah is in the grain.
Into the granary? Okay. You start galloping towards the granary, and 13 points of damage, 8 and 5, as 2 crossbow bolts fly from the darkness and hit you in your mule side. And you hear some of the bandits are like, "There's one that killed 2 of ours! Get a steed and cut his throat!"
Shouldn't have saved you.
just kick Sheppard up
But
and
you
run.
move toward. You're still galloping towards the granary.
Okay. So I get there, and is that both of my moves, or that's just my single
Well,
move?
your full move is your dash. So you're moving
Yeah.
towards it. You're not quite there yet. However, you do see that Sarah is inside. you can tell that looking at looking at Sarah, she just clopped her mace on top of one guy's head.
How far away are we from the two that hit?
60 feet away.
Okay, I say, you've got to be kidding me. And that's my incantation as I cast Eldritch Blast. And I'll go for whichever one's on the left side.
You hit him in the shoulder. He is still alive, but he is also... yes, he is bloodied.
Good. He should be. I'm gonna use Second Wind real quick as a bonus action.
Heal yourself up a bit.
Yeah, so...
All right, so go ahead and roll then your hit die, which for your fighter, that is going to be a D10 plus your Constitution modifier.
8 total. The blood has stopped for now.
For now, Avadore and Sheppard, you see Sarah, now that she just fell one of her enemies, she walks outside of the granary looking at you. Looking at you, Sheppard. She doesn't know what the hell you are. She sees that you're injured, and she says, I hope this works. She grabs her holy symbol in one hand and raises it up. You hear her incant a prayer. By the light of the 9, be healed. Avadore and Sheppard, heal yourself for 9 points of damage.
Hells yeah.
Healing energy from her holy symbol closes some of your wounds. And she's just as shocked, like, holy hell, that worked. Next up, Jek.
This is what gets me. Oh, nat 20.
Oh, yeah, you're fine, bro. Okay, yeah, you can move closer to him. You would actually be right next to him now that you've moved a bit.
Let me try.
Because he's also been moving inside trying to find you.
Guess let me try for a little sneak attack. Have 19.
Hit.
11.
Yeah, you leap up out from one of the clumps of hay. Spoiler warning, pull a straight up Arya Stark out of that shit. Leaping outward, landing on the guy. As he turns his crossbow, you actually use it as part of your footing to push it down, jam your knife or your dagger straight down into this spot where his neck meets his shoulder, and just jam it down in there, and he's and he falls backwards. And he's dead.
Oh, sweet.
Hey.
Let me move back towards that last horse, I suppose.
All right, last horse. You've made it there. Constitution saving throw.
10.
You're good.
Okay.
All right, after Jek, Avadore.
I will use my action to go back in normal form.
Chris, make me a dexterity saving throw.
Great. 13.
Piggyback situation now.
What the fuck?
Okay, yeah, you're fine. You land on your feet, but you very much see your mule turn back into Avadore.
Doug, you look just like Avadore. How? How did you just... is our donkey a druid?
You drunk imbecile.
Looking around, you actually see that there is those bandits who were shooting at y'all are still there.
Okay.
However, you will notice with that high of a roll, the other bandits of the camp have started retreating.
So I want to use my spike growth, which is a range of 150 feet, in which I can lift up to a 20-foot radius center point of and create a twist, sprouts, and spikes of thorns coming out of the ground. They won't be able to see it, but the area becomes difficult terrain for the duration of 10 minutes. When a creature moves into within that area, it takes a 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 foot it travels. So I'm going to create a 20 radius around them.
Nice. Oh, great. It's camouflage. Look natural.
Yeah. Nice.
Great. Okay. It's not like they're paying attention to that right now anyways. Avadore, you see that she, while from mule form, turns back into herself, but she looks over at the bandits, and again, muttering an incantation, she extends her hand out, and almost as if she's her hand is with her palm down, slowly turns her hand upward, and from that, these vines start creeping up from the ground and creating this area right around those bandits. And look at that, it's their turn.
Whoop, whoop.
They, this will not go well.
And they can't even see it. So it's
Yeah,
like,
they can't see it.
what is this?
Why does everything hurt?
When did grass become spiky?
Oh, my feet.
The guy who was hit before, he immediately starts to look around and tries to move. The thorns, however, start wrapping around his legs, onto his arms, and he immediately gets submersed into these vines, and they just start blood-curdling pain screams from him as he tries to writhe out of them. The other guy, seeing this, realizes, I should get the hell out of here. And he starts trying to wade through them, starts screaming in pain as his legs are being torn to shreds, and he trips forward, only to have his head immediately submersed within the vines, and it's a very short-lived scream as it's "Ah!"
Dang.
And the rest of the sounds of, flesh and thorns and the ripping and it also makes julienne fries.
It chops, it cuts.
It slices, it dices.
Oh man, yeah, it's red mist in there right now.
Wow.
Yeah, they are super dead.
Magic is scary.
I rolled very high damage for those thorns, so
Wow.
yeah. It's actually combat over. The rest of the bandits have escaped, and everything else is pretty much died down at this point. The rest of the village people have been able to contain the fires and realize that some of these buildings are just going to be lost, and they've done what they can. So,
Letting out that last horsey then.
yep, last horse is out.
Jump up on his back, ride out in glory.
Oh yeah,
Away from the fire, yeah.
Jek, you climb on top of the last horse, and he gallops out for you. And as he exits and he starts getting a little wild, you deftly leap off, land on your feet, and he continues running on.
I meet up with these guys if they're in sight.
Oh yeah.
Just watching this blood mist in
Yeah.
distance, yeah.
I look at Avadore and I'm like, how the hell did you do all that?
It was Doug. He's the MVP. Still eating hay.
He's just,
Now, you may have forgot I was riding you, so I know. And again, just to reiterate, not a sexual thing. This keeps happening to me today. I'm so sorry. No, I meant literally riding on you. But yes.
So Sarah herself is like, I did it. Was I able to close some of your wounds? Did I heal you?
You did.
Yes, I'm only missing 1 hit point, so thank you.
We are healed. Thank you.
You see this excitement on her face as she's like, I can't believe that worked.
I look at my hands and I'm like, yeah, you're not the only one.
At this point, some of the townspeople have asked that you kind of help with the rest of gathering the animals that got out, as well as trying to help contain some of the fires and things like that. So the rest of this is everyone calming everything down, and the townspeople being relocated to safer quarters, as well as a lot of the people who are camping are in a lot safer spots at this point. Yeah, good job, guys.
That was High Barrow.
that was cool. That the donkey thing was really unexpected.
That was
and
great.
effective. Yeah.
That was so good.
Worked.
You have a couple of bandit bodies if you'd like to
Loot. I'm already over there.
I know.
picking pockets.
I'm searching to see, are they wearing blue sashes?
Blue,
Do they
yeah.
look like they're from Fangor?
Do we recognize what they're wearing?
Yes, these they do not have blue sashes on them. Instead, you see that every single one of them has a very crude tattoo of mostly scarring, but some ink within it. LBB. Jek, you're the only one who would know about this. You are kind of the local of this land. You would know that LBB is the Low Barrow Bandits. You're currently in High Barrow, but there's been a growing rumor mill surrounding the area of High Barrow and Low Barrow. There's a bandit group, a guild of Low Barrow Bandits, and they live, as the name implies, just outside of Low Barrow on the side of the Jaws. It's where they have a big encampment. They've been raiding more and more, and this is kind of their modus operandi. They like to set fire to buildings or caravans or things like that, create mass chaos, come in, kill a couple of people, steal a whole bunch of stuff, and then make their way out.
Guys, I think I recognize this insignia. These are the Low Barrow bandits. They're coming from just down south from Low Barrow, and this seems like something they would do. I don't know why I didn't think of it before.
So we just got attacked by, like, another group that wasn't even hunting us in the first place. Good. By the gods, come on, man.
This one wasn't specifically for us. It was just whoever they could get their hands on or whatever they could get their hands on.
Suppose the fire was on purpose then.
Just our luck, I suppose.
Sarah will nod along and be like, yeah, that would be an effective way to create enough chaos to distract any kind of city guard.
Question, is my sword still kind of glowy with the runic glowiness?
Yeah, your sword actually, until you sheath it, it sounds almost as if like those runes on it are like it's like the sound of like a burning, sizzling sound across your blade. And you hold it up, realizing, oh my god, it's still making that sound.
I look at Sarah and Avadore, and I ignore Jek because I don't care. And I'm like, have either of you ever seen magic like this before? Because I have no idea what I did and what's happening.
Avadore, you would know. You have heard of stuff like this. There are those who are practitioners of magic, of pact magic, warlocks, people who have made a bargain of some kind with either some old, long-forgotten god, some who've made it with devils, some who've made it with the Fae. But either way, they draw power from these pacts, and in this case, this is a hexblade. This is someone who's made a dark pact and is essentially using some sort of bargain of like revenge or malice or some sort of ill-forged bargain to gain themselves some sort of power and magic.
I believe it's from my home. One would use it for vengeance. It is filled with hate.
Your home, you know about this?
It is common amongst us demons and devils.
Where are you from?
That's for me to know and for you to find out.
Where are you from?
Sheppard, it's okay. I hate to pry as well, but Avadore, where do you hail from? This is magic far beyond some of our understanding. And if you're from somewhere near, that could help explain what this is. She's looking at you even more warily, Sheppard. She's very nervous at the runic signs that she sees upon your blade, and that in one night she's managed to cast a spell, and hey, so have you.
I was found, but my master has told me that in the hellish ruins he had found me.
I plugged it into my GPS and I can't find hellish ruins. Do we know what that is?
You came from Ryson Diathir.
You're correct.
Okay, what the hell is Ryson Diathir? What is going on right now?
Sarah begins to open up one of her books within her holy tome. She says, it's Ryson Diathir. It's the last place where the universities of people who actually are practitioners of magic. What little there is left in this world, people learn it there. The old magics of the stories long gone. No one knows how to cast spells of that magnitude anymore. People can be a soothsayer or they can scry a bit, but this is something much different. I fear that there's some other kind of magic at play.
We are just historians. It's why I keep a journal. I document everything. Sometimes I see things I've only heard of.
Have you ever seen someone that looks like me before?
I've not seen the likes of either of you. You're the things of folklores and tales. We've seen elves and dwarves and halflings and other dorm folks as such, but people like you, never.
Avadore, you've never seen another whatever it is I am dark elf thing. You've never seen me before?
I've never seen anyone like myself either.
Shit.
We could go back and see my master. He can show us the way. He knows more of this history.
One thing at a time. This is a lot to take in. Let's clean up the rest of this mess and get some rest. Tomorrow we'll make our way down to Port Whitley and see if we can find whoever forged this coin. And then afterwards, if we gather some answers, perhaps we can find a reason to make our way to Rice and Diathir.
If Daymore Pass is closed, we'd have to get there by boat anyways.
Meanwhile, while everyone was talking, Jek's been running around looting pockets.
Yeah. What do I got?
But collectively amongst all the bandits, you find 500 gold, 1,200 silver, 3,100 copper.
Jek's definitely gone from the poorest of us to the richest of us in a very short amount of time.
More wedding rings?
Oh, so many wedding rings.
Do you pull anyone's, like, gold teeth out while you're at it, or...?
I'm going to have the Infinity Gauntlet worth of rings on me. It's like, Jek, why do you keep snapping your fingers?
I don't know.
Just wait.
Just wait.
Hang on, it'll work.
You find 8 gems you think are valued at 25 gold each. And
Okay.
last but not least, you find 4 potions of healing.
Ooh.
The only other thing that you find on one of these bandits is they have something that only you would really understand, Jek. You know how you have thieves' cant? Mm-hmm. So you can understand the language of other vagabonds?
Yep.
You find a bounty.
Is it our bounty?
Close. It's a bounty to find the coin.
What's the reward?
35,000 gold.
Are you going to turn us in, Jek?
And the person who's put out the bounty is unlisted. However, it is saying that it is a reinforceable bounty paid for by the Order of the Full Moon.
Oh, that sounds ominous and cool.
Jek, are you going to share that information with us, or are you keeping that to yourself?
Yeah, I may not share all the findings, but I'll share the information for sure. Well, guys, sorry, all I could find was this piece of paper.
You're walking slower than usual.
You're making a lot of jingle jangle sounds. Shlink, 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 shlink.
Ball bearings, just ball bearings.
Avadore, at hearing the words uttered of Order of the Full Moon, your ears perk up a little bit. You think you've heard of that before. You go back to your journals and you start looking through your things and furiously flipping through pages just like, I know I've heard that. I know I've heard that before. And you do, in fact, get to one of your pages where you've heard there is a loose story from many, many years ago. Back with the old gods, the Krakens, the giants, and the dragons, one of the scourge creatures that came into manifest was demons. There was rumored to be a very powerful demon that upset Malthak Rogar, the all-powerful elder dragon who was essentially scourge made manifest of its pure godlike scourge. Well, he split that demon in 2. When it split, it created vampires and werewolves. When whole, it was a full-fledged demon. The werewolves went on to start their own sect, dedicating themselves to that pure half-demon split of the lycanthrope, and thus took on the moniker of the Order of the Full Moon.
So, we're dealing with werewolves now?
It can't be. It's just a tale. It's a storytelling. There's
Good
no
Lord.
way
but
that.
apparently so were we. So, I'm not feeling
Why?
great about
Why would
this.
these humans follow?
A curiosity of lycanthropes. It baffles me. I don't understand. Lycanthropes were something we were told that were deep sinners who were nothing but the manifestations of pride and vanity. And so with every cycle of the moon, that they would show their true selves. This cannot be real.
Are these werewolves that change only during the full moon, or are these... What are we talking about here?
Sarah almost laughs. Something far beyond my understanding, but hopefully we find some answers along the way. If lycanthropes are truly something we are up against, that is troubling to say the least.
Sarah, seeing how you thought that Avadore and apparently me were fairy tales as well, do you think there's any kind of connection between us and them?
I don't know. I don't think so. Dark elves, drow, were subterranean dwelling creatures. Lycanthropes aren't.
Well, you already know more than I do about myself, apparently, because I didn't know that.
Well, yes.
Sarah, your incantation, when you saved us, was that a prayer to your god?
Yes. I may have committed the sin of theft and stole one of the more powerful holy tomes from the Ecclesia. This is healing magic that the hands will use occasionally. I just didn't think it would work for me. But, I guess it did.
Well, that works out in our favor. See, stealing is good sometimes. It can be very helpful. Right, Jek?
I mean, I have nothing.
He's just like still trying to conceal all of the shit he's been stealing.
He's
dead body.
jingling coin pockets. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
what he said.
Something does tell me that we will be running into more magic.
Apparently, the world of magic has resurged here in Jarlheim. For now, let's get some rest. I am quite tired. You're sleeping soundly, resting after a very eventful night of fighting off the Low Barrow bandits defending High Barrow. Far to the south is Port Whitley. Deep in the night, ships are still coming in and going out. One ship in particular is pulling up. Its sails are black. No torchlight, no lantern light. It is completely dark. It's not sailing towards the harbor. It goes towards the shoreline, far outside of Port Whitley. As it makes its way to the shore, smaller ships begin to row and get to the shoreline. Cloaked figures step out from those smaller ships, begin walking up to the shoreline, pulling the ships up. A very gruffled voice.
Long enough sail that was. Finally made it. We're supposed to meet the rest of the smaller recruits. Some pissant town called Lay.
A larger one steps up.
Good. Make ready the provisions. I wish to march soon. Tell everyone, stay in your hybrid form. I want your constitutions sound. No rest tonight. We march all evening until we make our way there. Any man falls behind, I'll lead him myself. As you wish, my lord.
And he runs off. The bigger figure pulls his cowl back, and it looks as if he's a human wild boar hybrid, standing tall with beady eyes set deep within a sunken skull sockets, tusks elongated, stretching far outside of his face, his snout dripping with snot, and he wipes it on his sleeve.
I hate it here. Might get me some good food, though, while I'm looking at it.
As his gaze moves over to Port Whitley. everyone, it's your Dungeon Master Devan here, thanking you for listening to this episode of Party in Peril. You can encounter us on Twitter or Instagram at Party in Peril. And if you liked this episode, please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, rating, hacking or slashing, and whatever else you can do out there on social media or wherever you listen to podcasts. But thanks again for listening. And remember, roll high, crit hard. See you next time.
Presented by Nerdsloth.
A place for lazy nerds.
If you like what you heard, consider donating at patreon.com/nerdsloth so we can continue bringing you quality shows. Be sure to also leave us a review and share your favorite episodes and clips on social media. If you're looking for more content, catch us on YouTube and Twitch or visit us at nerdsloth.com.